Willkommen, bienvenue, welcome once again to another live stream. You'll probably notice Sally Inkster and her delightful background is here with us today. We're discussing something. What's that?
I said I'm wearing my brand colours today and I feel I disappear into it.
We kind of do and you kind of don't. You do feel like an extension of the sequin.
Yeah, I am an extension.
She's the spectacle face of a sequin backdrop. This is the Find Brand You Sally Inkster show where we talk about all things personal branding. Now, today is no exception. We're talking about what Sally is referred to as tortoise or hare, and this is with regards to achieving your personal brand. I always thought that what you should do is take a step back, work out slowly what out each part means. Usually a process that takes weeks, if not months, and then pull it all together, create relevant branding documents, tell the world that you exist under this new brand, start popularizing the new branding. Apparently I've got it all wrong.
Well, no, you haven't got it all wrong, but I think people, your personal brand, you have one. Period. We've all got one. It's just whether you have defined it enough to be able to show it so that other people understand what that personal brand is. So you have a personal brand that has been being made for the whole of your life. Okay, so it's everything you've done because it's who you are, what you stand for, and how you help or what you do or what you mean. That's your personal brand. Now, there is so much to personal brand because there is so much to us that if you go, okay, well, I'll work it out in the next few weeks, months, it ends up being lots of months, if not years, because you keep questioning yourself and, is it going to change? Am I slightly different? Somebody said that. Should it be that? I don't know. And so it gets very confusing. You get confused and so you give up. I like to work with my clients quickly. Okay, so they go, okay, I am starting a new business, or I am doing this, or I've got branding, but the beautiful, wonderful, talented web designer came up with that. And actually, although it looks glorious and I think it's wonderful, I'm not sure it's actually me. Same with the copywriting, same with the social media. So What do I like to do? I like to work with somebody for the whole day and we go through the 32 things you have to define in your personal brand. And so at the end of the day, they go knackered, to put it politely, because you have just used your brain and brought everything out.
You kind of downloaded everything, I suppose.
You are. Yeah, and it's great, but some people can't do that. So I always say to people, either a day or we do it within a week. So you do a bit of work.
Can I be slightly contrarian?
Yes, you may.
I'm never that, of course.
No.
But if you do it so quickly, aren't you going to miss stuff?
Well, no, because I have a system. And that has been being tweaked for years. And so I know what you need to know. Now, you know what you need to know, but you don't know how to bring it out. So when I tell you the subject we're talking about and I say, okay, this, or this, and you go, well, it's obviously that because that's me. Okay, that's you. This, and this. Well, I think it's that and that. Okay, that's fine. And so we go through it. So you're using your instinct based on who you are, and your creativity based on who you are, and your subconscious based on who you are. Because we all know lots of people can overthink. And if you overthink things, you end up in mud or treacle.
Yeah, well, you end up wallowing, don't you? Not really getting anywhere.
Not getting anywhere. Yeah. And the whole point of having a defined personal brand is that then you can go megally quickly in the fact that you can outsource. What happens with lots of business owners is they are phenomenal at the job they do. Okay. But when they start up on their own, they realize they've got to know IT, they've got to understand social media, they've got to understand copywriting, they have got to understand tech. There is so much more. And what you're brilliant at goes down into a tiny, tiny little bit because there's not enough time to do that. You need to do everything else. And as you get a more seasoned business owner, you realize the only way you can go forward is to outsource things. Now, it's great to outsource things, but you need to outsource things with the book that tells them what they are doing and who you are, because it doesn't matter how well they know you, they don't know those intricate details that we have just defined. So if they know all your common hashtags, your words, your SEO words, your stories, the emotions, all the things that you need to put out, then they can all work from the same sheet. And you can get on doing what you are amazing at doing.
So it's a common blueprint for who you are, and then everybody can do their bits around the edges of that while maintaining the blueprint. Yes?
Yes. So if you do your brand first, then a web designer will hug you and smile because she can really understand who you are and make you a phenomenal website based on that, rather than an hour of quick questioning to sort of get a little bit of an idea who you are. The same with the copywriting.
First of all, it should be noted, I did like the way you made it a female that was the owner of the website design agency. We're moving on. It could be male.
Other sexes are available.
Other sexes are available. How BBC of you. Or not. Oh, contrarian there again. Yeah. But it just worries me that by effectively running at it, albeit with your patent pending system there, that you're only going to get that superficial level that they can instantly give you. You're not necessarily going to get the deep undertow.
Oh, believe me, in that 8 hours, we're not working superficially. We're working very hard and very deep, and things that people have never. Oh my goodness, I've never even considered that, thought that, known that, understood that. Oh, that makes sense now. They're all comments that I get because they're quite different things we talk about, but they're really, really pertinent when you're trying to get clarity over yourself, which one, is very empowering. It gives you huge confidence, gives you great clarity. And then when you are trying to show that to other people, they can understand because you have clarity.
Gosh.
Unless you have clarity, there is no way other people can understand.
No, there's no hope, is there?
Start to understand what you do.
If you can't really, I suppose it's the art of summarizing all the various different bits of information and making it visual. That's what we're talking about, really.
Yeah, it's making it visible, but that in some ways is the branding team with the website, the logo. I mean, we come up with the ideas, the colors, the style of the website. We come up with the idea for the logo, but I'm not actually, tech enough to be able to, and I definitely can't draw. So they do that bit. This is just the whole you and who and what you are.
The whole you and nothing but the you.
Yeah, the you and nothing but you. I like that. Yes, that's a good one.
So, okay, let's talk about engaging with you, because there are a lot of people out there that talk about this branding nonsense, and very few people seem to have a process. I mean, they talk airy-fairy about finding what the brand is, but you mentioned you had a process. So how do people start that engagement with you so that they can get on this mind-bending days worth of research into their innermost soul to find out what the hell represents them?
Exactly, because we look at mind, body, and soul. So we look at everything. It's not just what's your job and what do you do? It's very much who you are. So first step is probably go on my website. On there, there's some freebies and you can book a call and have a chat, just a chat. And we can go from there. But there's lots of bits on the website that they can gather ideas from. And then,
good. What sort of things are on there?
Well, there's lots of things about words you should be looking for. There's a quiz that you can see what your brand is like at this moment.
All right.
There's a masterclass on there. All those are free. And then there's some.
Tell me about the masterclass, because you've mentioned it before, but I want to know. Look, hey, I'm Joe Schmo, and I like the idea of this branding thingy, but I'd like to start somewhere, and I love free. So if I go to a free brand, what am I expecting?
You're expecting to listen to my dulcet tones for about 15 minutes, and it really will tell you what a personal brand is, why you need it, and what happens and what can go wrong if you don't have one. Or don't. It's not that you don't have a personal brand, because we all have a personal brand. It's whether you decide you want to take control of it. And that's the key, taking control of your personal brand, which used to be, back in when I was young, a reputation.
Well, yes, it's interesting that, isn't it? And I think it actually, in these days of online, I think it affects your online reputation. If you've got something that's absolutely recognizable and consistent and kind of represents you, and people see it as such, that can enhance that reputation, can't it?
Oh, absolutely. And it confirms it. And when it confirms your reputation, people trust you. And when they trust you, they're open to listening to you, learning from you.
And also taking suggestions when you say, I think you should do that and not do that. Whereas before you get to the point of trust, of course, people are, well, I'll take that advisedly and get some other advice as well.
Exactly, yeah. And when I'm doing somebody's personal brand, I don't decide what their personal brand is. I just give them the tools to be able to bring it out from themselves.
But you will discuss it with them. You're not just right.
I literally will hold their hand for the whole 8-10 hours if they wish me to, metaphorically, because it's usually done on Zoom, depending where they are in the world.
I was going to say that's very hot and sweaty by that stage. All right, what are the achievable goals that 12 hours of manic discussion around what you're represented by? What are you going to come out with? And please don't just say brand. But
No. I think you come out with, as we've said before, you come out with clarity. And whatever you are trying to do, if you're ever trying to move forward, clarity is really good and key. Going alongside confidence, because it's really hard to move forward if you haven't got confidence. But clarity can give you confidence, and confidence gives you confidence, and confidence gives you clarity. So if you have those two working in tandem with each other, because it allows you to take action, because during that time you will be taking action, and you think, yes, I now know exactly what sort of thing I need to do and how I put myself out there. So you get the clarity, you get the confidence, you also get your content. I mean, so many business owners spend hours in a day worrying about their social media content, planning it, writing it, commenting on it, fussing over it.
Right.
And to know what your content is so liberating, I think.
Well, it's critical, really, I think.
Yeah.
I think it is critical. All right. So I'm now clear about what it is I'm going to get out that time. And we start our journey by contacting you via the website.
We do.
Take us home, please, Sally, and leave us with one awe-inspiring thought.
One awe-inspiring thought. Oh God, you put me on the spot then. Well, number one, I said there's about 32 different spokes in the wheel of personal brand. As soon as you've done the first two, you will realize how unique you are. And once you realize there isn't anybody else who is like you, there is nobody else who can do what you do the way you do it. And once you realize that, the whole sales process goes, you need me because I'm the only person who does this in this way, which is what you need.
Good Lord. All right. Well, look, I thought it was a simple thing. Apparently, you've got to do it quick, but ask loads of questions and pull it all together. But Sally is the lady who will help you do exactly that. Sally, thank you so much for once again befuddling, confusing, and then straightening me all out right at the last second. I tell you what, guys, if you are spending a lot of time online, if you're spending a lot of time mixing with constant different groups of people, having a single personal brand, having something that's identifiable, and speaks volumes about who you are, I think is probably critical. It's one of the most important things you can be doing. It's one thing to have an idea, but if you can't communicate the idea about why you exist doing the things you do, I think you're probably playing catch up all the time. I'm sure you'll do okay, but you could do a lot better. Until next time, I'm going to wish Sally a happy holiday.
Thank you. Yes, just a short one.
Well, no, they all count, trust me. And she'll come back raring to go and with spring in her step next week.
Yay!
Hooray!
Yay.
But she'll come back with stories for us all. No, let's leave it at happy holidays. And to all of those watching, I'm sure you are all going to take a lovely break on this week. And if you're not, why not? Keep your feet on the ground. Keep reaching for the stars. And just look after that mental health. Until next time, thank you very much. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.